What's up, guys? We're back. Took a little while. We've had a bit of a snowy, rainy season here. I've all been wanting to hear about these Krylon caps. You all know they've had a certain cap design for the past 5 or 6 years to help reduce the graffiti use, I guess. I mean, I don't know why anybody would use those style caps. Terrible. Although they can be hacked, and we've done it in the past. But recently they've come out with these new ones. 400 ml cans. Actually, no, I'm sorry, 500 ml cans. And they seem to have the same valve that you can find on the Valspar cans. Check it out. See, it's a thick stem. So that means we have more variety of caps to use on these cans without resorting to weird hacks. But first, let's talk about these cans. So I went to Walmart this week, and of course I announced that I was gonna go get them, the local Walmart over here, that I was gonna go pick some up and do a review because of these new cans. And as soon as I get to the Walmart, it's all either racked out or bought out. There's no black, there's no white, but I got some good colors. You know, we'll be able to at least see what's going on. I got some of this gray, some of the true blue. What's this color? Aluminum metallic. I'm very curious what the aluminum looks like, so we'll see that in a second. All right, 6. So the caps I'm going to be using are 1, the sect adapter in yellow, 2, the ArtPrimo Tagger's Choice cap. It's a Valspar cap, but now it's a Krylon cap too. 3, the All-Star cap, which is, if you like the German Outline 3, you're going to love this. And 4, which is the high output. Hard for me to see here, but it's one with the blue dot, so it's more of like a Resto style cap. It comes out like a thick spray, not much flare, but thick coat, so it's good for filling in. But yeah, let's do little comparisons. Oh, one more thing. I got some old vintage Krylon cans here that we can try out too. Oh shit, that wasn't supposed to happen. Somewhere there's a guy in Timberlands and an Echo United hoodie crying at what I just did. This is an old can of Krylon Mauve dated 1991. Hopefully it works. If it does, we'll do a side-by-side comparison and see how it looks. I also got some Borden cans, which I don't think are gonna work, and a mid to late 2000s Krylon Industrial, which is the original Krylon 5-ball in a more modern can, but of course, female valve. Do a female valve, guys. You're messing up. You're blowing it. You're blowing it. You're blowing it. You're blowing it, Krylon. You're blowing it. All right, 6. So we got a can of this 5-ball here. Again, this is the Krylon Industrial, which is how they still make the old school Krylon cans. You can still get them at some places with the female valve in full compatibility with the New York Fat Cap. Now this to me is this true blue. I think it's true blue. Yeah, this is the classic blue from Krylon. It's actually a pretty dope color for tagging. It takes the New York Fat Cap really nicely. Also, it takes a few coats to buff it out. It's kind of a bitch to buff, actually. So let me do a couple tags with it so we can compare it to the other new Krylon, because I actually got the same color. We can see side by side. All right. Can you see me here? Okay. Let's try my new name. Oh yeah. Yep. Yep. Uh-huh. Now that's the classic old school Krylon formula. All right, you get really nice buttery flares with the New York Fat, and it actually paints fat, and it's a soft spray, but you're getting a wonderful, wonderful flare characteristic. Also, the name is Spur. As you can see, I put little spikes at the end of it like that. Makes like a good effect. So let's try out the new Krylon can. All right, so this is a new one with that male valve and the sect yellow adapter on it. Let's see how it looks. As expected, the sect adapter does cause it to lose a little pressure, so it doesn't come out as fat. One thing I noticed is the new formula is a lot more watery. All right, dope. So we have all these sweet caps that fit on the Valspar, but maybe we should do a few tests with the Krylon and see what they look like. This first one I got right here, it's called the All-Star cap. And what I really like about this cap is you're able to get very skinny lines to very fat lines. It's a very soft spray, probably the softest spray of all these caps I'm gonna be testing here. But it creates you can go from super sharp to fat. So let's try it out. Oh, when you mount this on your Krylon, it will spray a little bit. Just keep that in mind. That's just the way it is. Once you get it on there nice and tight, it will spray a tad. All right, so let's do a couple quick writes here. What was I writing, spur? As you can see, you can get from very good flare out to a very, very fine line. The flare isn't as clean as I'd like to see it, but here, let me do another. See how the flare gets a little bit messy, but still really cool. I mean, think about that. You can do like all kinds of weird outlines and doodads and, you know, just whatever makes you happy. Very interesting cap. If I was using the Krylon a lot, I would definitely pick up a 10-pack of these. This would be on the top of my list for something I would use. All right, this next cap is a black dot. It looks very similar to the stock tip, but it has a little bit more flow. We call it the Tagger's Choice. I don't remember why we named it that, but that's what we call it. All right, let's do a quick tag. Oh yeah, I remember why. This cap will come out as quickly as you paint. It's not the fattest cap, but it comes out quick. So if you're doing quick writes, this boy will keep up with you. Very, very nice. All right, up next is the Valspar Flare, and like I said before, when you seat the cap, it will spray a little bit. It's completely normal. All right, can you see me? All right, cool. On the Krylon, it kind of looks like a fat stock tip, honestly. Not the coolest looking characteristics, but it does put out a thick line of paint, so this might be good for filling in. And last but not least is the high output. And when they say high output, I'm not kidding. Look, you see that? It's just out of control. Let's see, we might have to get a little bit lower to do this one. Can you guys see me down there? All right. And again, very stock tip in its characteristics, but man, does it put out the paint. You're doing a fill-in? Woo! All right, sick. Now for a point of reference, let's try out this old can of Mauve and see how it goes. Ooh, it actually still sprays. Oh, no! Oh, valve failure. Ooh! Ooh! Leaking out the valve. So I guess we're not gonna be able to use the Mauve. Seriously, there's some hip-hop guy right now just gritting his teeth at what I'm doing. Hey bro, destroy your sacred cows. It's just a product. It's just a can of paint. What Krylon needs to do is bring back this design. Simple, effective, modern, beautiful, very Andy Warhol-ish, if you feel me. Graphically, they would do much better, especially with this single wall can design is actually more durable than the new ones that they use now, the ones with the double crimp on the bottom. Those actually have failures. This is actually a more durable can design. Also, I think the paint formula is better, but I can't spray it because it didn't work. So I have this other can of metallic. Let's see if this works. Now this is a Borden can, it's even older. I have a feeling it's not gonna work at all. Yeah, completely locked up. Damn it, I wanted to see if they'd spray. All right, last but not least, a can of glossy black. I'm thinking probably mid to late 80s. Whoa. You can do some skinny lines. There's a really upset hip hop head right now. You could have sold that on eBay. I have so many of them, I don't even care. Again, Krylon, just remake those. You already know how to make it. Just make them. All you gotta do, get back to your roots. Krylon, get back to your roots. All right, so I was toying around with the silver aluminum last weekend, and I gotta say that it's actually pretty darn good. Grief. Do yourself a favor and try to use a German spray paint sometime. A lot less of that. But you know, This is America. This is what we got. All right, sick. Since we don't have any black in the Krylon, I'm just gonna outline it with this flame blue 200 ml can, since you guys been wanting to see what they look like anyways. Just a quick little breakdown. I love these little cans. They're thin, so they fit in your pocket really easily. If you just want to get on the go, drop one of these in your bag or in your pocket. It's a great way to just, you know, catch some rights during the nights. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, highly recommend it. Let's go ahead and outline it. What was I writing again? Spur? I don't even remember what I was writing. Alright, sick. So quick little throwy, real small. Had to get, it's only the width of a piece of plywood, so I had to really crunch it in there. But you get the picture. If you're doing throwies and whatnot, the Krylon Chrome would be really good. I would spring for a decent outline color though. I'm sure the Krylon one's alright, but like I said, break the poverty mindset. Get yourself a couple cans of Molotov or the Flame Blue. You have much cleaner, nicer outlines. I think you'll be much happier. Much happier. Anyways, let's move on to the next stuff. Alright, sick. So, let's go back and revisit that Krylon can, because I still think this formula is far superior to the one that's in the other can. Let's just play with it a little bit. I just really like the way it flows. Oh yeah. Yep. And I'm 16 years old and I'm out with my homies and we're catching tags, and like some guy across the street is like, "Hey, knock that off, I'm calling the cops." But back then people didn't have cell phones, so we would just laugh at him and just be like, "Yeah, go call the cops, we'll be a mile down the road." Now they just call the cops and don't say anything, and then you're painting, all of a sudden they show up. It's a whole different world, a brave new world, guys. Man, the old Krylons used to flare so good. Why do you guys blow it so much, Krylon? How does one company just blow it so much? I mean, good grief. Anyways, I think you've seen pretty much all you need to see. The new Krylons, they're cheap and they're big. So if you want to hook up yourself, get a bunch. Me personally, if you're going to be using different caps, I would rock the All-Star for piecing and outlines or whatever. The sect adapter is a great choice. I would just stick with the New York Fat that comes on the sect adapter, to be honest with you. I've tried the dot caps and they don't really spray that much better. In fact, it kind of makes the dot cap shittier. That's the fat ones. You can use the thin tips. But honestly, the New York Fat that comes on the sect is perfect. I don't know why you need anything else. I've tried the other few colors. There's a gray and there's a burgundy as well. And I have that yellow that they make. What's it called? Like sunshine yellow or whatever. It's still just as bad as it's always been. I mean, after 30 years, you think they'd know how to make a decent yellow. The burgundy is watery. This gray does not cover for shit. I'm very surprised that their gray doesn't cover well. Very disappointing. It doesn't matter. You're just out tagging walls. This is your go-to, guys. This is your go-to. But anyways, let's chat about a few things and then we'll close this video out. So some older cats have been coming to me complaining about the younger kids. I don't know what the rules are in Europe and Asia and other places, but at least I know here. And this is specifically revolving around freight trains and whatnot. I'm not going to try and tell you guys what to do. I mean, you guys are your own grandpa, so you're going to do you no matter what I say. But I will say that there's a certain segment of the graffiti population that's getting older, you know. They like to paint freight trains, and they work very hard to keep their spots chill. And there's a lot of things that they do to do that. For one, they don't tag on the walls in the yard. That's like the first clue that someone's been in there. If a rail worker walks by and sees a throwy on the wall next to the train, he's going to assume people have been in there painting the trains. Second of all, you don't hit every train in a row for 30 cars, because then it's obvious you just walked the line. You got to move around a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And third, I mean, safety in general. I mean, train yards are extremely dangerous, and I usually tell kids not to even go into them if they don't know what they're doing. Again, I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm just recommending that you don't do it. And the reason why is, especially in active yards like a switching yard and whatnot, there's remote-controlled locomotives. They don't see you. They're working on remote-controlledly. And also, some of them are electric, and you won't hear them sometimes. They come so quickly and so quietly. I mean, I've talked to a buddy of mine who's telling me about a crewmate of his who's been painting freights for years. You know, this guy was a freight hopper like me. He knew the yards, he knew everything. got killed by an Amtrak train. You know, you never know. So especially if you're young and if you're not that, I would say definitely don't go in there, because either you're gonna piss off some old rider who's gonna flash on you when he sees him, and I've seen that happen. My buddy, he's a military guy, and he's like straight commando about his train yard stuff, and I've been in a yard with him when he's flashed on kids and they got scared, and I was like, you know, Mr. Mediator over here, yo, it's all cool, man, you know, let's chill. Nevertheless, he takes the shit very seriously. So if you're young and you want to do that, I would strongly recommend linking up with people who already know how to do it, and maybe finding a way to have them teach you. That would be the best way to go, because I've seen kids do the dumbest shit in train yards. Again, tagging on the walls in the yards, hitting up the poles, you know, just making it really obvious, leaving your caps on the ground. I mean, spray painting, testing your cans on the ground, it will be noticeable to the rail workers. I mean, there's so many things that you could do wrong. Climbing under the rail cars, that's a surefire way to lose a leg, or worse. It can happen. And again, I don't want to preach to you guys, but it's something that's been brought up to me by a lot of my customers, and I am worried about your guys' safety, because despite how sarcastic I can be, I really care about you guys, and I don't want you to die. And freight painting is probably one of the most dangerous, in the stupidest way, the most dangerous ways you can paint. So just keep that in mind, and you know, have a little love for the old cats painting the yards. They were there before you. But anyways, I guess that's it. We'll talk about doing murals in the next video. It's just something, like I said, the guys want me to talk about this stuff. Respect your elders, but elders need to give the young guys respect too. We all should respect each other, including Antifa. You guys need to get a sense of humor. I was just making fun of you. Good grief, man. Just trying to do different stuff in my videos, and they send me hate mail. I laugh at myself all the time. All the time. You guys need to as well. But anyways, I love you, kids. You're doing great stuff out there. You're using your voice with graffiti. You're making your voice heard. That's fucking awesome. So adieu, keep painting, and hope to talk to you soon. Peace. Oh wait, don't forget to share our videos, don't forget to like our videos, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget all that stuff I usually say. Have a good day, ArtPrimo.
Just told you no.